name is William McFadden, or Bill McFadden. I'm an engineer, aerospace engineer here at AQRD. Basically, I do structural, power plant, and system repairs here for the company. AQRD is an engineering and repair station in Addison, Texas. What we do is we basically keep aircraft flying and keep them in the air. That's kind of our motto. So when an aircraft goes out of service, which can be anything from it's broken, the engine's broken, it's dented, it got in a crash, they do play bumper planes, or just periodically as things wear out, we develop repairs or we fix the aircraft. So some things we do would be like if you're flying on an airplane, whether it be a small aircraft or a larger aircraft like a business jet or a commercial airliner, and we also deal with military, we can help develop repairs. So we develop flying repairs. So if you find damage, something that's dented or something that's slightly corroded, and you don't want to fix it right now because it does take a long time to fix aircraft, we will develop solutions and repairs basically to put tape on something or to let something go. Then later on, when you're ready to fix something, airplane parts, as I'm sure you're aware, are very expensive. We can develop solutions and repairs to replace them. So if you have a piece of skin that's damaged, we can develop a way to repair it by putting a new piece of skin in instead of buying a whole new part of the airplane. My grandfather, both my grandfathers were engineers. And then from a very early age when I started school, I've always excelled in math. I was always hands-on, always liked science. And as I went through middle school and high school, I kind of got into boating and building boats, which kind of got me into the composite experience. And then around high school time, I started to fly and kind of really picked a liking to it. My neighbor was an engineer and a consultant, and he kind of took me under his wing and taught me how to fly and introduced me to people in aviation, and I actually ended up going to the same school he went to. I started kind of preparing for this field when I was in high school. As I mentioned in the question, I learned to fly when I was in high school. And when I was learning to fly, I helped pay for the flight time. I worked with the mechanic at the airport and helped basically take apart airplanes. And then he would exchange me for that work. I'd get flight time in the aircraft. Then I went to school, went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Florida for aerospace engineering. With a minor in math, and it's basically just an engineering degree and focus on aircraft structures and power plant. And then after that, I went to Spartan School of Aeronautics to finish up my mechanics ratings. And then before I came here, I was a composite engineer at American Airlines, a power plant engineer, and then I worked in the Engineering Support Center at American. So STEM is all over in our career. I'm an aerospace engineer. So some ways we use STEM would be when you have a problem, we have to analyze it. The aircraft and actually any vessel, anything for that matter. To really understand, you gotta look fundamentally at what it's made out of and how it works. And that's where STEM is required. I won't give the details of the math and science going into it, and you eventually learn all that, but it really isn't that hard. As long as you appreciate what's going on, it's not difficult. And don't be afraid if people are telling you it's all math and science. It isn't. But right now, if you're getting into the field, I highly recommend you definitely take some math classes, but learn why you need to know that math. Like learn how that math ties into the physics at the same time. But also on the other hand too, take some hands-on classes and get out there and learn both views of it. Learn the technician view and learn the engineering view. Like when you help your parents or you help someone work on their car or fix a bicycle or work on an airplane, you kind of look at it and try to figure out, as an engineer, why things are put there. You don't need to be an engineer to think that way, but just look at something and think, okay, why is this there? Why is this beam here? Why are these cables here? Why are things routed this way? Why is there this plate here? Why are these materials? And you'll start to learn to appreciate and understand how everything goes together. I'd highly recommend, just start talking to people who are in it. We're all pretty sociable and want to talk and tell everyone about our jobs. It's a lot of fun. Every day I come in here, it's something new. One day it might be working with the military fighter, something structural. The next day it might be something power plant. The next day it might be, a business jet part, or some nights you might get a call from some airline, has their plane's full of people and you put some tape on something to let it fly. So it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend, if you don't know now, I'm an aerospace engineer. But if you're getting engineering, it kind of branches out into computer sciences, mechanical aerospace, and some other disciplines. Kind of figure what you're interested in and talk to people. You don't need to decide right away if you want to be an aerospace engineer or a mechanical engineer or a software engineer. But kind of see what interests you. When I went to school, a lot of people started out aerospace engineering, like airplanes, and boats and stuff. But some people kind of realized halfway in, about a year in, I kind of want to design cars, work on engines, design mechanical systems. So they got into more mechanical engineering, which is very similar to what we do, and they work for GM and some other companies now. And so just kind of focus on, figure out where you want to be, and know that you can change. There's no harm in that. Lots of people do change around and move. I wish I did internships when I was in college, but I wish I took more time to do more internships and just spoke with more people. Well, my favorite part of my job, and not to be too cliche, is actually the people you work around. All places I've worked, especially this place, you work with a wide variety of people. So it's not all engineers. We have a lot of technicians and mechanics here. Like when I started, there were people I was working with, mechanics who helped build the design, some of the stealth bombers, the B-1 bomber, the B-2, the F-117 components. Some of the people I worked with, they were actually building, these older gentlemen, they're actually building parts of, like the Saturn rocket back in the 60s. So it's just amazing the people you meet and the knowledge you can get from anybody, not just other engineers, but also people on the shop floor. And that's been kind of the most amazing part for me, is just to hear their stories and talk to them and to learn what they know and see what they see.